What up guys, Miguel here from Yugatech, and today I'm here to cover Realme's latest entry-level budget offering, the Realme C65. It offers users a handful of features that aim to improve users' quality of life, but the question is, how good is it really? Let's find out. Starting off with its design and construction, our review model came in the Sunny Oasis color option. It also comes with a configuration with 8GB of RAM and 256GB of available storage. The Realme C65 comes in a simple design language. It's pretty slim and comfortable to hold, weighing in at 185 grams. At the rear, we get a glossy glass back panel. We can also find Realme branding on the lower left. The writer of this review found it surprising to see that the back panel didn't get as smudged as he expected. Nonetheless, if your experience differs, you should be glad to know that there is a case provided in the box. On the upper left, we find 3 camera housings with an LED flash next to them. In my opinion, it looks very a la Samsung Galaxy S22 here at the rear. But before anybody gets confused, there may be 1, 2, 3 camera housings at the rear, but the Realme C65 is only equipped with a dual rear camera setup. At the front, we have the C65's display panel and the device's front camera situated in a punch hole. In the same general area, we even get Mini Capsule 2.0, which is Realme's version of the dynamic island found on iPhones. Users may notice this softer feature when playing music or when notifications pop up. Situated on the right side is its power button and volume rocker. The left side houses the dual nano SIM card tray, which features a dedicated micro SD card slot. And by the way, the Realme C65's power button also doubles as a fingerprint scanner and utilizes a dynamic button feature. The dynamic button enables users to custom map the power button when either double tapped or double pressed to open an app or execute a function. Finally. Users will also find a loudspeaker at the bottom, a USB Type-C charging port, and a 3.5mm audio jack. The Realme C65 even gets an IP54 rating for dust and splash resistance. The phone should be alright in a little bit of rain or just accidental spillage. Just don't submerge this phone in water. Bottom line, the Realme C65 does get a pretty clean design. It looks good, but it's nothing too out of the ordinary. Going back to display, the phone sports a 6.72-inch Full HD Plus IPS LCD screen with a refresh rate of 90 Hz. For those conscious of battery efficiency, they can toggle between frame rates under display settings. There's also a toggle for extra dim mode for when users find the screen too bright even at its lowest brightness level. We find the pixel density or sharpness a little lacking with this display, albeit it is under the entry-level segment, and the asymmetrical bezels are fine, but of course, nothing beats thin symmetrical bezels. The display is also equipped with Rainwater Smart Touch, which allows users to use the screen even when wet. This is great for when droplets of water are on screen and we need to use the display. But keep in mind that there is a threshold for this, so too much water can still freak the screen out when trying to use it, and no, do not try using this feature by submerging the device in water. Again, it only has an IP rating of IP54. So when it comes to the auditory listening experience, the Realme C65 sports a single mono speaker. It can get loud enough to fill a small room and even features an ultra volume mode, best used for media with a lot of dialogue like a podcast or talk show. Or, you know, your favorite Yugatech video. Having a single speaker system can be bothersome when playing games or watching videos when accidentally blocking the lone audio source with your palms, like this. So if end users want more audio immersion, we definitely recommend pairing the C65 with their favorite wired or wireless earbuds or headphones. Speaking of, the audio experience when paired to the Realme Buds T110 was excellent. It's loud, clear, and crisp. We recommend people take a look into it since both are relatively fresh releases at good price points. Additionally, you guys can check out our article on the Buds T110, link in the description box below. For biometrics, we get a capacitive fingerprint scanner in the form of the power button and an option for optical face unlock. The fingerprint sensor is not as responsive as we would have liked, but one could look at this as an upside for doubling down on security because it's so hard to get into the phone with the fingerprint scanner. As for face unlock, we noticed it's not as polished either. Long story short, we just stuck to using a numeric code for unlocking the device because it was faster throughout our review. Moving on to the cameras, the Realme C65 sports a dual rear camera setup. It features a 108 megapixel main shooter paired with another 2 megapixel depth sensor. In front, the C65 sports an 8 megapixel front camera. We have to admit it produces decent images with vibrant colors. However, quality drastically falls off in less than optimal lighting conditions. Selfies with the front camera are admittedly good with vibrant color reproduction. Overall, picture clarity seems to be a bit washed out even in well-lit outdoor photos. But hey, you guys be the judge with our sample shots. For video recording, the C65 can shoot at a resolution of 1080p and 720p at 30 frames per second. Considering that Realme was aiming for a phone to handle everyday tasks that highlight convenience, this segment was okay. We can vouch that photos taken with the device are usable for social media but are best taken in proper lighting conditions. Out of the box, the device runs on Realme 5.0 based on Android 14. Frankly, the interface could use some decluttering. Going into detail, the bloatware is pretty hard to ignore. While most are segmented into folders, users will definitely still see them present. Nonetheless, most unwanted apps can be uninstalled. The C65 has a handful of key features that are present under this segment. First, we have Smart Sensing, which gives users options to use air gestures or double tap to scan. With air gestures, the C65 uses the selfie camera with low power to identify hand gestures with AI algorithms. It lets us swipe up and down without really making contact with the screen. This does seem kinda random, but we imagine this would be insanely useful for when eating chicken wings or anything oily and, when you don't want to touch your phone's display. As for double tap to scan, it offers a means to quickly scan QR codes on the go. While unlocked, users just need to double tap the upper portion of the back and you get this prompt of identifying QR codes, and again, I'll do it again. There's the prompt. The camera app did not open up, and so it's basically utilizing the camera without opening up the app to scan QRs. Next, we have AI Boost. This feature lets users power up in terms of general or gaming performance. As you can see, you can tinker with general optimizations and even allocate processor frequency from here. Lastly, users are treated to writing mode. This mode shows you a user-friendly app window where you can access Google Maps, music, etc. The mode is a cool feature intended to help motorcycle riders. The brains behind the Realme C65's operations is a MediaTek Helio G85 chipset that features a Mali G52 MP2 GPU. Surprisingly, the device was able to handle games pretty well. We played a ton of Teamfight Tactics and a bit of Wild Rift on the C65 with Game Boost active. Frame drops weren't evident and the device didn't really slow down either. In addition, it didn't heat up too much during our benchmark testing. For those interested in the results, flashing them on screen. This phone packs a sizable 5,000 mAh battery with support for 45 watts of wired SuperVOOC charging. And yes, the charger comes with the box. Considering that it's a large battery, most end users should be content under this segment. To make sure, we took the phone for some practical tests with varying results. In our video loop test, the Realme C65 lasted 24 hours and 4 minutes. We also conducted a gaming test for the Realme C65. Users are treated to 11 hours and 30 minutes of gameplay with the phone. For this test, we had both brightness and volume set to 50% over a Wi-Fi connection with Game Boost toggled on. for charging speed, the C65 takes 26 minutes to charge from 50%. For a full battery, it takes 1 hour and 10 minutes. The C65's battery is insanely good, being able to take gaming and multimedia tasks for extended periods. Wrapping up with connectivity, the phone offers Wi-Fi 5, Bluetooth 5.0, and 4G LTE. The phone's call quality is fine whether we're utilizing a cellular signal or Wi-Fi. Jumping into cost, the Realme C65 has a suggested retail price of 9,999 pesos for the 8 plus 256GB model. As a new budget offering, this phone stands out with a lot of features to satisfy your smartphone needs. We think it's good enough to be someone's daily driver. It's got an overall good design, decent performance, great features, and an insane battery life, all topped by an affordable price tag. While biometrics could definitely be polished, the pros definitely outweigh the cons. The lack of dual stereo speakers and bloatware are solid gripes, but we can look past it depending on what the handset could be intended for. General consensus? You should definitely look into the phone if you need a reliable device that can do it all. It's not the best at everything, but it can surely step up. But please, let us know what you guys think of the Realme C65. Do you guys think this is a good entry-level device? Or whatever negative or positive reactions you may have, let us know in the comment section below. Now, if you enjoyed this video or found it informative or fun, be sure to smack that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit that bell icon so you get notified of our future uploads. Be sure to visit yugatech.com and follow us on our social media platforms, that's Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok, for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this has been Miguel, and I'll see ya in the next one.